Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of the characters from the Transformer BumbleBee movie. Had a short scene in the beginning, but this here is Ravage. And as per usual, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. As you can see here on the top, you got a very close-up photo of Ravage. No plastic on the window, so you can actually see the figure very good right there. And as you can see on the side, you got another picture of Ravage there. Some legal mumbo jumbo along with some product shots here. And another close-up of Ravage on the other side of the box. Very simple packaging here. And some more legal mumbo jumbo on the bottom. So guys, let's get them out of the box and let's go ahead and let's take a look at this figure. Alright, so now that we got them outside of the box, let's go ahead and let's get a closer look at this figure right here. As you can see, he's got some red and white color on him. Very nicely done. And he's got pretty much the same articulation as a lot of the other ones. Ravages at this size. You can see he's got the jaw that opens up. His limbs are on a ball joint. And each of them have 3 points, I believe. 4 points, actually, of articulation. So you can actually get this Ravage into some pretty cool poses. And some of the accessories that he does come with is he does have this small rocket launcher on the top just above his head. Let me see, I'm trying to reposition him because every time you move him, my guy is super stiff. So every time I move him, everything moves out of whack. Let me just take this rocket from underneath him out the way. Yeah, my Ravage, his limbs are a little bit stiff, so I gotta work him in, but he does have some articulation here at the jaw, so you can open up his jaw. His shoulders, or the points where the limbs meet the body, they're all ball jointed, so you can move, you get some good move around and some wiggle waggle. And then he has 3 other points of articulation at each of the limbs. As you can see here, once again, you can actually get him into some very nice poses. He does have the 2 guns on the side hips, on the rear hips that you see there, just like the original G1 Ravage. And once again, mine is a little something like, see, these front ones are pretty loose, but the rear legs are really stiff. Now this is really cool. Like I said, see, you can see there at the top of his head, he's got that rocket launcher there. This is a really cool figure, and I actually can't wait to get my hands on the BumbleBee soundwave to go with them, because I'm assuming that he can actually go inside that soundwave. It'll be kind of messed up if you actually couldn't load him in there. That'll be really bad. But let me get him into a position where he can stand again, since I moved them all out of whack. Give me 1 second here. Like I said, his rear legs are kind of stiff. Okay, there we go. Somewhat of a position. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let's do some comparisons real fast. All right, guys, so I have 3 other Ravages in my collection, as you can see here. The one on the left is the G1 Ravage that I gotten from my G1 Soundwave. Really cool looking. The only thing with him, as you can see, he's very thin. And the next one to him is the Transformers BumbleBee Ravage. And the one alongside him, as you can see there, that odd looking one, that is Ravage from the video game Transformers Fall of Cybertron. And the last one, the very tiny flat looking one, that is the Ravage from my micro Soundwave, which is, once again, this is a really cool version of the Ravage character. Very nicely done. Let's go ahead and let's get a side profile of these figures right here so you can see them right now and get a better look at these guys. Now, the video game Fall for Cybertron doesn't look all that great. The BumbleBee one looks pretty cool, and the side profile of the G1 looks cool, but the only thing is, he is such a thin character, it's very hard to get him to stand up on his own. Like, just moving him over a little bit now is going to be difficult. So instead of me trying to mess with this figure anymore, why don't we go and transform Ravage and let's check him out. What kind of, does he turn into a cassette, a box? What is it that he turns into?
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Transformers Studio Series, featuring new characters from the BumbleBee movie with iconic Autobot allies. and new Decepticon threats. You can collect figures and scenes from BumbleBee with Transformers Studio Series. More than meets the eye. Each figure sold separately.
We now return to the Transformers.
And this is what he transforms into. A box. Not a cassette, not a disc, but a box. So as you can see here, all he transforms into is a box. Now I'm hoping that when he transforms like this that he'll actually fit into the Soundwave figure, but we'll see. This is the way the instructions show to put the guns and everything like that. I doubt he'll fit in there with all that stuff, but being that you don't get Soundwave with them, I guess this is the way they have them transform. But once again, it's just a box. Very weird, but let's go ahead and let's compare him to the other Ravages in my collection. Alright guys, here he is alongside all the other Ravages in my collection. Now the cool thing is that all the other figures that I got of Ravages actually came with the Soundwave figure, except for the G1 and this BumbleBee one, because I don't have Soundwave for him yet, but I am on the hunt looking out for him. All the other ones have come with the Soundwave figure, so you know they go straight in there. Now what I'm actually hoping is that this one actually does work with the BumbleBee version of Soundwave. It's going to be very disappointing if it don't. Hopefully it will. When I actually get that figure, we'll take a look into it. Well guys, that's where we're going to wrap up this episode for today. Alright guys, so once again we come to the end of another episode of Toy Collector Review. Now in my opinion, is this Ravage worth getting? He's only 10 bucks at your local Target and Walmart, and in my opinion he is definitely worth the $10 to get. If you have a chance, if you actually see him out in the wild, go ahead and pick him up. He is really cool to look at actually, and if you do have the Soundwave figure, it's gonna be awesome to have them together. If you don't have the Soundwave yet, you might want to pick this one up. You don't want to wait till you get Soundwave and then find out you can't get your hands on one of these, or you got to go online and pay one of these scalpers an exorbitant amount of money just to get it to complete the collection. Pick him up. He's definitely worth the $10. Once again guys, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a member of this channel. Hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified every time I put out a new video. And guys, share this video on all your social media. And if you like the content that I'm putting out on this channel, go ahead and smash that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And for those of you guys who are watching this on Rumble, go ahead and smash that Rumble button. Once again, I'm Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.